Those are the kinds of people that say, our Master, give us a gift for ourselves, out of our spouses and out of our future generations of children. These people are thinking about their married life, and they're thinking about not just their children, but their grandchildren and their grandchildren. مِن ذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ. Give us coolness of the eyes. Give us calm. Give us peace. Give us what we don't find anywhere else. When we go outside, we see the jahilun that address us. We see lahu that we have to do murur by. We have to get around it. We see false testimony that we refuse to bear. But when we come home, give us coolness of the eyes. Give us relaxation. Give us joy. So much joy that it makes us tear out of joy. Qurratu ayn is used. Qarrat aynuhu. When he started crying with happiness. When somebody starts crying with happiness. Make me so happy with my wife, make me so happy with my kids, that it makes me cry out of happiness. Qurratu a'yunin. Also qurratu a'yun means I can't take my eyes off of them. I'm so happy with them. I love them so much. And that when they serve your deen, and the future, you see your little child, few things will give you the kind of joy more than watching your child recite the Qur'an. Watching your child pray. On their own. You didn't tell them to pray. You're just working in the office. In the corner of the eye you saw. She went up, she made wudu, she stood and she prayed. And she recited. It'll make you cry. When your child does that on their own. Otherwise, they'll cry. When you tell them. Alright? Salat time, salat time. That's not salat. That's not khushu and salat. Look, my child cries in salat. Yeah. But man, that's a joy. That'll bring tears of joy to you. وَجَعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. And make us a leader, an imam, the one who heads everybody else, gives them direction for the people who have taqwa. This last phrase implies that everybody who is in a household is an imam. Everybody, if you have somebody under you, you're an imam. Every husband is an imam. Every father is an imam. And your congregation is your household. And the imam makes sure that what is prayed, salawat are prayed. And the imam is responsible for his congregation. On the day of judgment, I won't just be standing on my own. I will be standing in front of my congregation. And what's my immediate congregation? Wife and kids. They're standing behind me. And their behavior I'm being asked about. First person to be asked about the shirk of Christians. Who? Ya Isa? أَنْتَ قُلْتَ لِلنَّاسِ اتَّخِذُونِي وَأُمِّي إِلَهَيْنِ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. Were you the one to say to people, take me and my mother as gods besides Allah? First one to be asked. The Imam. The Messenger ﷺ is asked first. So he says, Allahumma shahad, Allahumma shahad, Allahumma shahad. Oh Allah, be witness, I did my job. I know you're going to ask me, I'm making you witness. I asked them, did I deliver the message? They said yes, because he knows he's going to be asked. So he gets it on official record. I did my job. Allah be witness, they said I did my job. And it's ingenious of the Prophet to do that, ﷺ, because he sees what happened with Isa alayhi salam. He sees what happened. So he says, let me just get the testimony from them now. So they know. And we all responded, Bala. So we will be asked on Judgment Day. Now if you didn't care about raising your kids properly, or it wasn't a big deal to you, or if you didn't care, you just didn't know what to do, you just kind of left it in the back burner. You cannot raise kids on the back burner in America. You can't. It's not possible. They won't come out right. We were on autopilot in Pakistan. We were on autopilot in Egypt and Bangladesh. You can't be on autopilot over here. Actually, you can't be on autopilot anywhere in the world now. After the information explosion, you cannot be on autopilot anymore. Just last night, I was in Taraweeh. I took the family with me. And I pray 4, and then I come out and let the wife go, and she prays 4. And we watch the kids in the van, because half of them pass out. So it was my turn to pray. And she was in the van. And she sees 2 12-year-old kids in the parking lot sit next to each other. And she can hear their conversation. And on the way back from the masjid, she was crying. I said, what happened to you? She said, these 2 kids were talking. I was like, how old were they? 12, 13. And the things they're talking about, remember I told you yesterday or the day when Surah An-Nur I told you, when you hear indecent things you shouldn't spread them? I'm just letting you know the things they were talking about, she's never heard before in her life. How disturbing they were. But the mildest of which I'll tell you, one was explaining to the other how to create a subfolder on his mobile device that his parents can't find. How to create another profile on Facebook that his parents can't check. That's what he was teaching the other guy. And that's, not to mention the other conversations these 12, 13-year-olds were having. You cannot, now these parents, they brought their kids to the masjid, right? They're not bad parents. They brought their kids to the masjid. They're trying to pray. They're thinking this is going to be good. And may Allah give barakah to them raising their children. Those are my kids and your kids. They're not just somebody's kids. These are Muslim kids that we have to take ownership collectively. You know? But even that is autopilot. We got to hone in even more. We can't get qurrata a'yun from our dhurriyat just like that. That's going to take a lot of work. We're going to have to know our kids personally. Each one of them, who their best friends are. What they like, what they don't like, what shows they watch. We're going to have to talk to them as friends, not as authorities. It's not going to work. They're just going to shut out and develop secret lives. It's so easy now to develop secret lives. Multiple personalities. It's so easy. I thought it was easy when in the 90s when I was in high school. It's super easy now. That actually took some effort. You know? Now it's a different world. It's really a different world. And we have to learn to adapt and address the needs of our kids. And how to raise them as parents. And I'm not just talking to parents here. I'm talking to elder brothers and sisters. You guys know a lot more than your 8-year-old. And you know what's ahead of him and ahead of her. So you should act as a parent too. And you don't have to spell everything out to your parents. If they want to understand, they want to understand. It's okay. You should take that active role. You should be the counselor. You should care. Forget this immature, ridiculous culture of, I hate my little brother. I don't want him to hang out around me. This is my room. Get out of here. That unnecessary. It's destructive. It's destructive. Siblings hating on one another is destroying families. You think it's a trivial thing or just rivalry in the household. It's not like that. It can ruin households. Because parents really, wallahi, it's not their fault. They came from a different continent. Do you understand?